All right, so we're on the record in docket 23-03111. That is the People's State of Michigan versus Mark Hunt. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Hunt, who is standing to my right.
And sir, you are Mark Hunt, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a probation violation restitution hearing.
I don't believe it's a probation violation. I think it's just
a restitution hearing. Okay. So it's just a restitution hearing. As a matter of fact, brief rundown of my notes would indicate that there was a sentencing previously done, and then we've adjourned it. The sentence is complete. We've adjourned it for the restitution for more additional testimony concerning restitution. Ms. Wilson, how are we proceeding today?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe we're ready to proceed with the hearing today.
Okay. So you may proceed. Anything to come to the court's attention before we get started, Ms. Wilson?
Not from the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Your Honor, I just believe a conversation from chambers previously before this witness is called. Other than that, nothing.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I did have the opportunity to speak with counsel in chambers before the hearing. And so I'm aware of some of the issues that have come up and we'll address those as we go forward. So you may call your first witness, Ms. Wilson.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people would call Dr. Carrie Kenyatta Whittington.
Okay, Ms. Whittington, you can come up. Right, you come this way. Hey, ma'am, I'm gonna have you come up here and stand right in front of me. Right, Ms. Whittington, come right in front of me. State your first name and your last name and spell them both for the record. All right, ma'am, you're gonna have to remove your mask because we can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, you gotta get closer to that mic right there.
Okay, right there.
Okay.
And your first name and your last name,
Carrie
and spell them both
Whittington,
for the record.
Carrie Whittington, Whittington, and then Tom O-N.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Sure.
All right, is that a yes, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so have a seat here.
Okay.
Speak right into the microphone so we can hear you, all right?
Okay.
And you should project to the back of the courtroom so they can hear you also, okay?
Oh, okay.
The microphone's just for recording purposes. It doesn't amplify your voice at all.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Ms. Wilson, you may proceed when you're ready.
Your Honor, do you want to address what we addressed in chambers before?
I do. So ma'am, you understand that this is all on the record. There's a record of being recorded of everything, which is why you're talking into the mic. And so it's come to my attention, there may be, or there could be some things that you testify to that may ask you to, well, let me put it this way. You want to be very, very careful what you say. You don't want it to have any discrepancy from the last hearing we had, okay? And so that's only for your own protection. Do you understand that? Okay.
No.
You don't understand that? Just be candid, indicate. I don't want you to say anything that might be considered or construed to be used against you. Do you understand that? All right. And so, the only reason at this point in time that would be an appropriate request for an attorney on your behalf is if you feel that you may say something that may incriminate you in some way. All right. Okay. Any civil liability or anything along those lines, you can talk to an attorney on your own whenever you want on that. I just want to make sure that you don't say anything that may incriminate you yourself, and just understand that this is all recorded. All right, ma'am?
I do feel disadvantaged that I'm like the one here to testify and we're not having a trial.
We're not having a trial.
but I'm the one that's questioning.
You're making allegations of restitution, and you have to have background for those, and that's why you're testifying today. So it's no different than any other case. Okay. All right, Ms. Wilson, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Dr. Whittington, I noticed you brought some notes up with you there today. Do you mind just closing that and flipping it over so you just don't see it? Do you have a notepad there in front of you as well?
Yeah. I could know.
Yeah, do you mind just closing it and flipping it over? Unfortunately, you can't take notes while you're testifying here today.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I would have paper stuff I could see if I. flip it
Okay,
over.
okay, then yeah, if you just to make sure that there's no notes there. Yeah, that's okay.
Right, that's fine.
So just don't-
Just make sure you're speaking into the microphone so we can hear you. Otherwise, you're gonna have to take your mask off so we can hear you better. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Dr. Whittington, you were the victim of an assault, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe how the assault occurred?
How and what manner?
Can you speak up a little bit?
How and what manner?
Okay, so, like, I guess a better way to phrase it is what happened?
I'll go back to the first part. We had Mark and I had an argument about, well, it wasn't really an argument about something, but it was just me bringing up something about well, first I was interviewed. It was about the interviews. That was very happy. So I told him I possibly had another interview, but that night before I'd already shared that I had one and I thought there was email for another one. So then that morning also, again, that confirmed that there was indeed yet another interview that I had. However, he did offer I asked him to check his schedule and I went back into the bedroom.
So I guess, if we can narrow it.
That's why I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, it's okay, and I can clarify a little bit here. So I just want to narrow it down exactly to
Okay.
where. Okay, so did the assault result in any injuries?
Yes,
And what were those?
from him punching me multiple times in my head, neck, and falling, like hit me so hard that he fell on top of me.
Okay, and what were your injuries?
So to my face, neck, spine,
Your Honor,
cervical, and
I apologize. I'm gonna step in, nothing against the testimony of this. I just realized we're live
Oh,
streaming.
yes, we
This is
are.
a 76948 case. It's a protected hearing.
Yep.
Okay.